Hey guys, Matty here, just letting you guys know that this episode was originally going to be a late night, but we decided, oh hey, let's just make it a full episode because we were originally going to have Frank Jaffe on the podcast, but he got sick and wasn't able to make it, so we just we're like, okay, we'll just record like a little late night, but instead it kind of turned into like a normal episode pretty much. So yeah, it's the intro is gonna be a little confusing because like, oh, I say it's a late night, but in actuality, it is actually a full episode. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get on to the episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Indieheads podcast late night edition. I am your host, Matty, aka Recon AG. On this week's late night, we have.
So we have Will, user Will for Thrill.
Ollie, or I am Tupac AMA.
Josiah or Wild Imp.
And I'm Sara, aka Nice Work Sara.
So Sara is finally back after a long hiatus from the podcast.
Yay! I just was out living my life to the max.
She's been too busy having a social life and having a bad computer, but now she doesn't have a bad computer, but she still has a social life.
She still has IRL.
I have IRL, you guys. Y'all aren't my IRL at this point.
See, she's a plebe and she doesn't live in the internet world like all of us do.
You're welcome. World.
Anyways,
the real world.
Memes.
Okay, so we're not talking about what we've been listening to.
No.
We have a special topic today, inspired by the only thing I can talk about on the podcast.
Yay! Well, the thing is,
Sara doesn't. She has IRL. Doesn't listen to new music.
Yeah, I don't listen to music. I think that's been a large misconception among everyone on the podcast and in the general internet and maybe in the real world too. But I've never actually listened to music before. I wasn't even sure what it was. I got a text from an unknown number, and he said, "Hey, my name's Matty, aka Recon EG. Would you like to be on a podcast?" And I said, "Yeah, I guess I'm not doing anything tonight." And
He phrased it exactly that way.
That's how I came to be here. And then someone was like, "Here, this is a subreddit." And I was like, "What's Reddit?" And they're like, "Just post like shitty things about what you've been doing with your life." I was like, "Yeah, I could do that." And I got a good response, so I decided to stick around for a while. And yeah, what's music then? You guys know what that?
Ever since Pitchfork gave it a 6.8, I've just been uninterested in it,
It's
honestly.
trash.
Well, that's
Listening to
that's
music.
fun.
Anyways,
I guess
welcome
I'll
back, Sara, though. Thank you.
Yeah, no.
We're going to do a normal episode tonight, but we're going to have a guest on. We're going to have Frank Jaffe on, but he has not responded to our messages. Hopefully he'll be on in a future podcast, but for now he is not here, and we are very sad. But instead we're doing like a late night / a 0.5 episode because we gotta try to keep to a weekly schedule because, yeah. Anyways, we're going to talk about some concerts that we went to over the past year or so because Will has especially been wanting to do this episode for a while now. And Sara, this is the only thing, as she said, she can talk about. And Allie and Josiah are here for moral support. So thank you guys. So
Memes.
Josiah, I think we should just get ours out of the way since we have the least amount of concerts. Because,
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first because Will has like
All right.
9 or 10. Allie has like, I think he had originally had like 9 or 10 also. And Sara has like 30.
I'm loving the balls out formatting of Sara's list.
Oh, yeah.
I know like people who are listening can't tell, but it just is in the Google Doc random as
It's
hell.
like just picture like the font equivalent of the phrase "balls out."
Because
That's what I've done.
Because usually I keep our schedules in a nice tight order, and then Sara comes in and fucks everything up. Thanks, Sara.
It's like a smorgasbord.
Anyways, the concerts I went to, I only have 2 because I have parents who don't let me go to concerts because they're scared of me driving to St.
You
Louis.
parents schmerents, am I right?
I know, but I still
Get
snuck
out
off
of
to
there.
St. Louis to go meet Ethan. So, anyways, these are the 2 concerts.
I met Ethan at Amoeba, and we had to plan it so that his mom wasn't around, so
Oh yeah,
he didn't.
same.
She didn't know that he was meeting a friend from the internet.
Oh, yeah, same thing happened. He sent his mom off to get coffee or something, and we were in the vinyl store. Anyways, concerts I went to. I'm going to start off with this one, St. Vincent. I was really, really excited to see this concert because it was the first one I had seen in like 2 years, and I was like really into around this time I was like still really into St. Vincent. Not as much just because like she hasn't put out an album in like close to like 2 years now. It's just like, and there hasn't been much news about her besides, oh my god, she's dating Cara Delevingne. She's dating Cara Delevingne.
Big news.
Paper Towns.
Oh yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I saw St. Vincent. The opener was Sarah Newfield from Arcade Fire. I think she had put out like an album this year with someone
is
else.
she good?
Oh yeah, she was really good. I have not listened to her music before, but I was, and I still haven't listened to it. But I think she has an album coming out soon, which I might check out. But I actually really enjoyed this set. It was kind of a nice, interesting set because it was basically it was just like violin, and I think she had. I think it was the like I didn't know this until like recently, but I think it was like the actual drummer from Arcade Fire. And I was like, I didn't know who he was because he had like Jufro. Right? But yeah, I thought but Sarah Newfield, she was very nice. I went to this concert with my dad, and he was like, yeah, she was okay. I was like, okay, all right. And then of course Annie came out. Is that
what your dad sounds like?
No, I don't know. I can't do impression. I can't do impressions, Sarah.
The Swedish chef. Maddie's dad is a Swedish chef.
Matty, why are you on the radio now?
Bork. Go on.
Wait, the chef from
the Muppets.
Oh, and side note, since you just mentioned radio, I did get to play All Star by Smash Mouth on the radio like 2 days ago.
Can I just like call you out on like the podcast right now? You thought that was the funniest fucking thing ever. You posted out on every social media thing. Like you were thought you were a riot. It was great.
I milked it, Sarah. I'm sorry. But
if that's like the wild thing you're doing, then like.
The thing is, it was a top comment on the general discussion thread. So I mean, most people found it funny, but I milked it out. I know.
Most Redditors, you gotta research your demographic, buddy.
I know. Anyways, back to the concert, St. Vincent. Anyways, she was amazing. Oh my god, the theatrics were great. She just had such a great stage presence, and she was just sounded great live. The guitars were awesome. It was just like, it's great. It's so great. And I think the last song she played was Your Lips Are Red, which is my favorite song by her, and she turns it into like a 20-minute medley pretty much. Like it turns into from like kind of like a sort of interesting indie rock song to like a Swans song, and it's awesome because like she will at one point during the concert she will just lay on the floor acting like she's dead or she passed out, and it's like, call the amber lamps.
Wait, was this the concert where St. Vincent fell or something?
Oh, no. That was a different concert. No, that wasn't the one where like she was trying to climb some amps and then fell.
Yeah.
But overall,
happens.
I can't say much because I just don't know how to describe concerts because I review albums, not concerts. And also, I've only been to 3 concerts in my entire life.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the 3 concerts, that's it.
Oh.
I know, it's sad.
I've been to 2, not counting band concerts.
Ooh. But yeah, St. Vincent, she was great
live.
High
school band.
Cool.
I think again, generally, if anything you've heard about her live, like I'll just repeat that because she's great live. Like go see her; she does cool shit.
I second this.
I'm not a huge St. Vincent fan.
Oh, we know why.
Same.
Oh, that's not the whole reason. That's a really stupid story. But I saw her.
Have we told that story in the podcast on why you don't like St. Vincent?
It's a really stupid story.
Can you tell it for us?
Oh, I mean, that's not the I don't. Okay, well, I've listened to her music. I'm not like totally like. It's just. I mean, it's good. I don't want like. I love all music, but like it's not something I ever really like sought out. No, it was just that I had an ex-boyfriend like 3 or 4 years ago who was like, he saw St. Vincent at Coachella and he was like, it's the most physically attracted I've ever been to another woman. And like, I was just like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. So I had like a little bit of like an unfair feeling of resentment towards Annie Clark. But that was completely unfounded, I'll admit. But I didn't.
He sounds like a stand-up guy. I hope it worked out okay.
No.
He's an ex-boyfriend, so I mean, it did.
Anyway, yeah, that's my stupid St. Vincent story. I did see her like a couple years ago, and she's pretty cool. She's like a robot.
Yeah, that's basically what she did at the concert. It was very David Byrne-esque, because I think she learned to do all this stuff because she toured with David Byrne. And he's like, I do this live. And it's like, okay, I'm going to do that live too. So yeah,
that's cool.
So she was really cool live. If you get the chance to see her and you're a fan of her, definitely go see her, because she's amazing. The second concert I went to was actually about a month or so ago. I went to go see Odd kind of on impulse because it was just sort of like I saw they were playing near me, and I'm like, I want to go see him because I was getting kind of really into Sun Coming Down at that time, and I was like, I want to go see him. Like, I asked my parents, like, hey, can I see them? They're like, I guess you could see them. I bought tickets. They're like, wait a second, we didn't tell you could see them. And I'm like, well, I already bought the tickets, so I mean. And then I went to go see them. This was a really interesting show. The venue at least was very interesting because there was only like 30 or 40 people there, and that was like, who's changing the schedule? Was that you, Sarah? I'm gonna guess that's you. Who changed? So
you saw Alanis Morissette?
No. Who changed it from ought to you ought to know by Alanis Morissette? I don't care. Anyways, they were amazing live, but I want to talk about the openers because the openers were, at least the first opener was really interesting. So I'm out there before the show, just kind of like on my phone because I don't know anyone there, and I'm kind of scared to talk to anyone because I have social anxiety. Don't we all? Yeah. So the first opener, I see a bunch of people like who are hanging out, kind of, you know, walking around, like talking to their friends at the concert. They get up on stage, and I'm like, well, who are these people? Why are they getting up on stage? Who's letting them get up on stage? Turns out they were the opener, or the first opener.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's awkward.
Oh, and the band, it essentially sounded like if Angelica from Rugrats started a punk band. The lead singer.
I remember seeing you wrote that somewhere. I remember reading that.
Yeah, I wrote that, but it still stands true because, like, holy shit, it was basically just Angelica, and I had that thought throughout most of the concert, and I couldn't really I didn't really like it. It was like, I guess the band they're playing is not bad, but the singer is really obnoxious and thinks she's really cool when in reality she's kind of lame. Just kind of, you know, fucking hipsters. Fuck you. If you're a hipster and you're listening to this podcast, you're cool. You're one of the cool hipsters. Everyone else, you don't listen to this podcast, you're lame.
All right.
Anyways,
wait, I was gonna go next because
no, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Anyways,
all right.
The second opener I saw was Church Key. I think they were kind of just like a standard emo band or something along the lines of that. Like, it was just sort of like emo / pop punk. It was okay. I got to talk to their lead singer after the show, and I kind of like hung out with him after after his set and after the show, and he was a really cool guy. We kind of talked about the band and some other stuff, and yeah, I you know, it was cool. And then Ott played, and their sound translates really well live. Like, it sounds like just like it does on the record, pretty much. Like, they were amazing. I had such a great time because, like, I was slowly getting closer to the stage as they kept playing, just because I was getting really into it, and it was awesome. I didn't really get to talk to anyone in the band. I think I bought a CD and just said, you know, hey, great show. And then whenever I left, I said, you know, hey guys, great show. And, you know, that's about it.
Can I talk about my odd experience because it's kind of weird.
Yeah, go ahead.
I saw them in a kind of small venue that I've never seen anyone like mosh at before, and what happened was, like, the first song and the crowd was like having fun and we were bouncing around. It wasn't even like that intense or whatever, but like we had like a friendly little mosh pit up front. And then after the first song, the lead singer is like, hey guys, I just want to like make sure you're all, you know, making this a safe space for everyone, and so like don't like hit each other and stuff. Which, like, I understand and I was like appreciative of it, but then like everyone stopped moshing and like the vibe was totally different. Like, no one was trying to dance and stuff. It was kind of like a buzzkill. Other than that, it was a really good show. But yeah, that was a weird, odd experience. That was my experience with them. I don't know.
But yeah, our great live. Go see them if you get the chance to. I think it was kind of like cool being in like a small venue with them, because I feel like that, like, in a larger venue would have been kind of like, I don't know, just like being that up and close with the band. It was just like kind of cool and made me feel like Ethan for once, because he goes to a bunch of like small hardcore shows that are like at houses and whatnot. But yeah, are really cool. If you get the chance to see them, go see them. You again, luckily, most likely the tickets aren't going to sell out, and there's barely going to be anyone there. But they deserve to have more people at their concerts because they're a really awesome band.
Yeah, when I saw them, it was like they were at the main stage of Treasure Island, so it was like this giant stage, and they're aughts. And even though I was front row, I was still pretty far away, and it felt really weird for them as a band to be like so far away and on such a big stage.
Oh yeah.
Awesome show though, really awesome show.
So yeah, that's about all I have to say about concerts I went to this year. I don't think I'm going to any more, because I think the only one that I'd be like slightly interested in going in was like Weezer, and you know, nah, I'll skip it. But yeah, that's about
You
it.
save a lot of money.
That's true. Because their concert's probably going to be pretty expensive. So we'll just go to Josiah because he also went to 2 concerts. So Josiah, what concerts did you go see?
All right. Both my concerts were at the same venue because all venues that like book good artists are like 3 hours away from me. They were both at Royal Oak Music Theater in a little town called Royal Oak, Michigan, which is kind of like a hipster outlier of Detroit. Like it's just this little town that's a few miles out with, nice restaurants and stuff like that. But the first one I went to go see in May was Tame Impala, which has been the subject of much stimulating discussion in this particular podcast.
Much of it being productive and very good conversation.
Yeah, this
Shut
was
up, Will.
Intelligent
before.
conversation.
Shut up.
This was a few months before Currents came out, so a few months before Endless shitting on them. And I was like, the way that I got into this subreddit actually was for the Reddit Secret Santa. By some random chance, someone gave me a Lonerism vinyl last year, and it just somehow got me here. I don't remember exactly how, but so I was really pumped. It was like my first real concert. I went with my older brother, who is like, he's now in literally like boot camp for the Marines, and he was there with all these like long-haired Tame Impala fans, like just douchey ass kids. He didn't know what to do with himself. I think he just went up to the balcony and just like sat there. But it was and I didn't really like, obviously I'm still not very experienced in concerts, so I didn't really know what to make of the crowd, but I would say it was like a big crowd, but it was full of like douchey looking people, if that makes sense. Like there was I'm relatively tall for my age. I'm like 5'11". There were like 10, 20, 6'4" guys just like directly in front of me and blocking me from barely seeing the stage. And the opener was Mini Mansions, which I had not heard anything about prior to the concert and have not heard anything about after the concert. And they were just pretty much like solid. They were okay. That was just basically it. And then for the actual concert, I would say I enjoyed it. They are good at putting on a show, and they played all of like the lead singles off of Currents except for Disciples. So they played like Eventually and Let It Happen and
Summer Man.
No, it's the Michael Jackson sounding one.
The singles are Let It Happen, Eventually Let It, Because I'm a Man, and Disciples.
Yeah, Because I'm a Man. That was the other one.
That's what I said.
Yeah, they played that. They played like a lot of not a lot of inner speaker, like a few inner speaker songs and a lot of Lonerism stuff. And I enjoyed it a lot. It kind of ruined my ears, and I remembered to bring earplugs for Beach House. But yeah, I'll just move on.
Bring earplugs to Beach House.
Yeah,
It was-
no.
Such a lame shit.
It was like barely needed, but
I'm really jealous you got to see Tame Impala just because most of their dates in the United, at least in my area, both of the ones in Texas or both in Austin, and they were both at festivals. So I didn't get to see them, and I'm really jealous.
It was nice. It was like a small, like 300, 400 person venue, and it really, I think, worked well for their sound. And then the other one I saw, of course, was Beach House. I saw that, it was like 2 months ago. It was in September at the same venue, like I said. And it was, the opener for that was Jessica Pratt, who I'm now very much into. I, like, got her album after that, and it was just really, I think she paired really well with Beach House because it was just like really soothing, like nice, almost like 70s-esque music that just kind of put me at ease before seeing them. And it was, I think when she performed, it was just her and another guy playing guitar. They were both playing acoustic guitar, and she was singing, and it was just like very stripped down, very cool. And then for Beach House, it was, I think, 4 or 5 performers. There was Victoria and Alex, and then a dude on drums, a dude on bass, and then I think there was one other dude. He might have been on keyboards, but they were cool. They played a lot of Depression Cherry stuff, and this was before Thank You Lucky Stars came out of nowhere, so they didn't play anything off of that. But they played like some of my favorites off of Bloom and Teen Dream, and that was just, it was nice. I don't really have anything. It wasn't like a very different concert in any way. It was just nice.
They're just so like beautiful live.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like really atmospheric.
The visual like effects that they had going in the background were really neat and really set the mood well.
Cool.
So let's see, Will, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. I went to about 10 concerts this year. I guess I'll just read them off in rapid fire and then talk at length about the ones I liked. Good. So yeah, the first concert I saw back in January was Ben Folds with the Fort Worth Symphony Orchestra. And then in April, I saw Swans and Slater Kinney. And then in May, I saw Sufjan Stevens. In July, I saw...
Still using that meme?
Yeah, even though... I don't know. Anyways, I saw Death Grips in July. In August, I saw Raekwon with Ghostface Killah. In September, I saw Titus Andronicus. In October, I saw Brand New and Run the Jewels. And then this past week, I saw The World is a Beautiful Place, and I am no longer afraid to die. It's a long name. Anyways. So yeah, some of the highlights were obviously Swans, of course. I think I've talked about a concert at length already on the podcast, but I mean, basically everything you've heard is just about true. Because I can't really compare it to the other concerts. Because
does Michael Gira like sacrifice goats on stage? Because I heard that.
Oh, see, I didn't do that. He wasn't naked this concert either.
Oh, then I guess everything I heard isn't true.
Yeah, there's like a picture on the internet of him like back in the 80s. He just like went on stage naked like for some art show.
Did he have a little dick or something?
It didn't look like it looked flaccid. So I don't know.
Why would he go on stage not fully torqued? I don't get it.
I don't know. It's obviously an art. Because he's like an art.
Okay, well, talk about your concerts, please.
Anyways.
Oh, God.
And then, yeah, I mean, basically, things I can't compare because it's more of a sonic experience than it is really a concert.
Did you kill anyone?
No, I didn't. Did you?
I haven't seen Swans, so no.
Yeah, okay. And then, yeah, what I actually want to talk about is the opener, Little Annie. And that was probably the strangest set I've seen all year. Because she's kind of has like a lounge singer thing going on. And the thing is, like, she's one of those kind of people that you can't tell if she's like, she can be anywhere between the ages of 50 and 80. Because she just looks
Little.
Her name is Little Annie. And it's just because her skin is so wrinkly and sagged up and kind of used up, you know?
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Mm.
Then there's some dude on the piano wearing like a flamingo shirt, and it was terrible. It was god awful. But Swans invited her on tour. She sang backup vocals on Some Things We Do. She was the female voice, along with Michael's. But anyways, yeah. Then the new songs. Black Hole Man is going to be Song of the Year next year, and as well as their new album going to be Album of the Year. Just putting that out there.
I think I'm going to agree, honestly, because I mean, To Be Kind was my album of the year last year, and you know, I really enjoyed To Be Kind, and I'm like, it seems like from what you're saying, like these songs are better than the songs of To Be Kind.
Well, I want to say that that song is better, but
Okay.
I want to say that the songs are better, but
Okay.
they're on par with like the Seer and
Okay.
like Radiohead. I mean, there's other potential.
Radiohead, they can go either way, because I mean, I say what you will about King of Limbs, it seemed kind of mixed among the fan base, and I was kind of one of those people that wasn't like, I didn't hate it, I liked it, but it was just sort of like compared to like, you know, Kid A and Amnesiac and OK Computer, and even like
It doesn't compare.
in Rainbows, it was just like,
Yeah, it's not going to be compared to Swan if it's like that.
yeah. But I think they've been working on it for some time now. They're like really gonna really focusing in on it. So maybe like they'll probably be like amazing.
Right. But anyways, my next concert was Slater Kinney, and they're probably my favorite band. Definitely one of my favorite bands. So I was really excited for this show. I saw them in Austin at Stubbs Barbecue. And yeah, it was one of those kind of things, like it was raining all day, but then I could just stop just in time. I went with a friend who lives in Austin. And the thing is, like, she doesn't know Slater Kinney at all, but she likes Portlandia a lot. So I convinced her to go to the concert with me. And like we were like walking like to the concert in the rain, but then we got there, it was dried up, which was nice. And they came out, and then I was kind of like fanboy, like for this entire hour and a half. That might be my favorite hour and a half of 2015, just because I was just fanboying out the entire time, because they play songs from their entire discography, pretty much. It's all fair game, and they're just so tight live, like kind of like how almost the opposite of Swans, where they're kind of like it's a completely different experience. This one, it sounded like they could have just gone to the studio, dropped it right there, which is pretty neat. Just to see a live act, and also like Corn Tucker obviously is one of my favorite vocalists ever, and she just things like her vibrato is so wild. It always just sounds like it's going to go out of tune at any moment, but doesn't. And she carries every note the same way live. It's incredible. The only thing was that my friend, she kept like wanting to take pictures the entire time, take videos, and her data like on her phone like ran out like 2 songs into the show, so like she kept on asking to use my phone. That was really annoying.
Oh.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, she didn't take pictures of the band. She just like took videos of like Carrie for like 30 seconds.
Here's the thing. It's
I
like,
don't understand why people do that.
Here's
Yeah, I
the
don't
thing. The thing is, if I take photos, I usually just do Snapchats, and then like just for like 10, again, thinking Snapchats are 10 seconds, I make sure it's uploaded and I put my phone back down, because like I just want to like, I think it's just more of just like I want to memorize this moment, and I just kind of want. It's this thing with social media. It's like you kind of want people knowing what you're doing, and it's like kind of cool to document that, like at least a little bit, like a little moment in your life. Because I'm not gonna have my phone out for like the entire concert, like trying to film everything. It's not like. I mean, the thing is,
Yeah,
an example
I want
where
an
that, like, I understand.
concert.
Yeah, like understand, like an example. I think people understand why people were filming the entire show was like Death Grips, because people had no idea if those were going to be their last shows or not. Because it seemed like, okay, are they breaking up? Are these going to be their last shows? It's like we got to document history, right? As long as I think is, if you want to film concerts, I say as long as you're not annoying anyone, like as in you're not having your phone in someone's fucking face or while they're trying to watch the concert, whatever, do you? But like. I wouldn't just like again just but filming an entire concert and just looking through your phone instead of like just watching the concert. It's like, I mean, I understand like if you want if you want to like take a quick photo or you want to take a quick video just to kind of like be able to revisit a memory, like fine, that's perfectly fine. But like filming entire concerts or like trying to like get your camera right like someone's face just to get like a good angle, like don't do that. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Will, please continue.
Yeah.
I just like enjoying a concert. I don't really need to like prove to anyone that I've done it. I like to be there. I don't know. Anyway.
Or kind of like Carrie says in the song, No City Still Left, she says, "My body is a souvenir." And that's what she means by that. It's kind of how like my friend was taking like 30-second videos of her, like 20 of them during the show. So, but otherwise, it's a great concert. Probably like tied with the concert I'll talk about later for my favorite of the year. And I saw Sufjan Stevens. I know that Ollie and Sara saw him, so I won't say too much. But I mean, it wasn't my favorite show, but it was quite good. You know, like he had the audience captivated the entire time. Like no one was even singing along. Like you're just like sitting there, kind of in awe the entire time, which is cool. It is a change of pace. I like that. And then Death Grips. Motherfucking Death Grips.
Oh,
I knew that show was going to be insane. Like, I mean, I knew. But, like, just knowing and like, being there is 2 different things. Because I was actually worried about this concert. I didn't know how good they would sound live. Like, I just didn't know how they would translate. I knew it would be insane, but I didn't know if it would sound good. Yeah. But, like, and especially because MC Ride, I've heard differing things, and I thought maybe since he has to go on tour, he might not be able to go all out every night. And I think he was a little bit conservative vocally, but overall, I mean, he still brought it. And when he came out, he looks like looks like performing is a religious experience for him because like he just looks like he's like going through an exorcism or something. It's insane. Just the look in his eyes, things like you just look in his eyes. It's like this guy actually might be as insane as we think he is. You know, like this might not be an act.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like,
He's an absolute madman.
He's the absolute madman. I'm so.
Actually,
I mean,
okay, hold on. Who's gonna talk, Allie?
I'll go for it.
I'll talk because it's because it's my turn. That's why I'm gonna talk.
All right, we'll have the talking stick, guys.
Yeah, I do have the talking stick. No, yeah. I mean, I obviously don't think he's as crazy as his lyrics would have you believe, but still, like watching him perform, you kind of believe it. And then fucking Zach Hill does not stop. I don't think he stopped because the thing is they don't do any stage banter. They just go one song after the next, and then until it's done. And I don't think Zach Hill stopped for a single second. Like he would be drumming with one hand, like maybe like grab a bottle of water and get a drink, but like he just fucking horse, just a machine. And then Andy's out rocking in the back there, and I mean most of it's I don't know how much he was actually doing or if he was just pressing play, but whatever they were doing sounded really fucking good. Like it just filled up the entire room, and he's like jamming back there kind of, and like that, and like he just looks like he actually might be the most evil of all of them, kind of, you know, like kind of like the quiet guy being the craziest.
I mean, he's essentially, you know, like if he looks like, you know, one of those like IT guys who actually is going to hack your entire fucking company.
He's going to blow your system.
Steal millions.
He knows the first three numbers, okay?
Yeah. Jesus
yeah, I mean, he's the quiet guy that you don't want to piss off or he'll go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And in the crowd, I mean, there's all just like a bunch of edgelords, basically.
Including you?
Like, especially including me. And then there's like when the show came out, it was just like, I mean, the space increased by half because it just smushed together. And then they came out, I think they played Tachyon first. Then they played Inanimate Sensations next. And during that song, it was insane. Like, I could not, it was just like an ocean taking me back and forth. I couldn't control where my body was. I'd be, like, within 10 seconds, you go from the right side to the left side and back. It was insane. You had no control. And then probably my favorite song was I've Seen Footage, and I don't really know why, but just that one song really translates well live, and it just gets kind of crazy.
I had a kind of different experience seeing them live because when I saw them actually twice this year, once like at a venue and stuff, and then another time at a festival. The festival performance was really good. Like that was just solid. Everything was nice about that. Crowd was like crazy, but not too crazy. But at the venue, oh god, that was actually like probably my least favorite show I've seen this year. Ooh. The sound was like just abysmal. Like you could not understand what MC Ride was saying at all. His vocals were just so muffled. You could tell he was giving his all and everything, but like just whoever was doing the sound probably should have been fired. Oh yeah. Because all you could like really make out was the drums. That was the only thing you could actually hear properly. In the crowd, like I'm like 6'2" and over 200 pounds, and I could not control where I was going. I had like no control. Well,
that was the same for me. I mean, it didn't matter.
That was just like that wasn't fun for me though. I was like actually, I had someone like pull my face down, like they grabbed my face, and they were trying to like support themselves, and I was just like, okay, fuck this, I'm going to the back. Like I couldn't.
Yeah, no. The thing is, like usually that's not like I'm not usually one to just jump into the pit or do that kind of stuff, but at this concert, I liked it because I mean, it just brought out my demons, man. It brought out my dark side. That's fucking rage.
I don't think I have enough of a dark side to really enjoy the concert.
I mean, half the time was just like raging and like, and then other half the time was just me like kind of like standing back near the back. I said like it's kind of like open mouth smile, kind of like I couldn't close my mouth, but I was smiling the entire time. I'm like, oh shit, this is happening.
I actually did get something really cool from the festival show though. I got this. One of Zach Hill's drumsticks.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit!
Ali just went on video and just showed us he actually got one of Zach's drumsticks, people.
Yeah, it's like broken pretty much.
What's the proof though? It's just a drumstick, bro.
If you can
get a drumstick in my basement, man.
I'll fight you with my NMH drumstick.
I have one of those too, actually.
I would suck it.
Later.
Yeah. All right, so let me hurry up now. All right, Raekwon and Ghostface probably the most underwhelming concert I've seen this year. Like, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just like nothing. It was on the Only Built for Cuban Link's 20th anniversary tour, and it was kind of, it's pretty. I mean, overall with Hip Hop Live, it's kind of hit or miss. This is more on the miss side.
Mm-hmm.
And then brand new, that was kind of a disappointing concert too. Not really because of brand new per se, but just the fans. There's things, they're all edgelords too, but it's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum from Death Grips.
What the hell does that mean?
It's just like really edgy people. Like, I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay,
Imagine you go
Matty,
to a Death
right?
Grip show and you see a guy wearing an Anthony Fantano shirt.
Oh, fuck that guy.
That would be an edgelord.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw something like that too when I saw them.
Okay, actually, I wouldn't call it edgelords a brand new. The thing is just like they're the kind of people that are like, if they don't have a girlfriend, they don't know what to do with their lives at the moment. Like they have like just like for their image, they need to have a boyfriend or girlfriend at all times. And like almost the crowd was almost evenly split, male and female, just because almost everyone there was a couple or like had a date per se.
Mm-hmm.
It was really annoying. I asked this one girl to buy me a beer. She said no, which was hurt my feelings. And then,
Aw.
the thing is, she's really rude about it because I mean, like I guess like I understand like find some stranger like beer, but she's like, I don't want to go. It's like I've never been arrested before. She's like, oh, shut up, shut up.
Damn.
Anyways,
Denied.
and then when brand new came out, thing is that well, I saw them last year actually. I saw them at like a mini festival kind of thing, and that was actually a pretty good show. I enjoyed that experience. But the thing is that year they're playing more Daisy, and this year they wouldn't play any Daisy. They went back to their earlier discography, played Your Favorite Weapon songs, and they opened with Soko Amaretto Lime. And there's this one lyric in there where they say, "You're just jealous because we're young and in love." When the entire crowd sang along to that at the top of their lungs, I just like it was like one of those moments. It was like, oh god,
I'm
oh,
so
God.
lonely.
like well, it's not even I'm lonely. It's like I hate all these people. Like I hate every single one. Just like are the worst people in the world.
Oh man, your heart is so full of hate.
I know, Will.
It
Jesus
is.
Christ, lighten up a bit, okay, man?
Anyways, but no, the show is good, and then like Vince is actually using like a lot of like noise techniques. So I'm interested in hearing how their next album sounds. It's probably gonna be your last too, so rip. And then one more, run the jewels, baby, run the fucking jewels. I mean, that's another one of the concerts. Just like everything you've heard is right. They just came out like Killer Mike says, "We're gonna burn this bitch to the ground." They did.
Also,
You guys see
He's
Killer
like,
Mike at Bernie
Yeah!
Sanders rally?
What's up?
That's how he opens every show. Like they do their opening track, then he just says, "We're gonna burn this bitch."
I thought it was bang. I thought it was bang.
No, he definitely says burn.
No.
Okay, well, I guess I'm
Will,
wrong. I thought
does
he
he-
always said bang.
I
Does
think it was
I'm
bang.
gonna bang this shit
I
up.
wish we would have started
that's-
the Bernie Sanders rally that
That's
way.
the Jeopardy. He says bang this bitch out Jeopardy, but
Oh.
live consciousness say we're gonna burn this place to the ground.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he did that. I remember.
So he did burn the place. So afterwards, you had
Yeah,
to...
that's the last concert at the.
They actually had to
Oh,
rebuild the
sounds
stage
okay.
for Father John Misty.
Maybe a
They've
little
been trying to
inappropriate to
catch
talk
him.
about at bad things happening at concerts, like burning a concert to the ground.
They've been trying to catch Killer Mike on arson charges for years.
That wasn't what I'm talking about, but okay. I think
And
hopefully.
every single show
Anyways.
he goes to, everyone is like forgets about it somehow. He says at the beginning of the set, and they're like, "Oh wait, shit, it's this guy." Oh no, but it's a really good set. And then at the end, he burns it to the ground, and everyone's like, "Oh, we should have known."
But it was a good set. It was a
Oh.
really good set. No, but yeah, I didn't like LP.
Again, his name is Killer Mike.
No, because he kills the mic, Sarah. That's racist. Is it racist?
No, it wasn't until you made
I'm
it racist.
gonna say yes, just because.
It wasn't racist until you made it racist. When you put it in that context,
Hold
it
on.
suddenly
That's
became
why-
racist.
I'm
That's
gonna
why
take-
Well, Sarah,
I don't listen to that band.
See, because you're racist. You don't like rap because you're like.
After he showed up at that Bernie Sanders rally, I really expected Fox News to headline like Bernie Sanders associates with killer.
Give rap people music. Anyways,
Little Mike Killer.
no, yeah, but they have their show down, and just their type of music is very live.
Showdown.
And
Sorry.
it's one of those other kind of shows where I just smiling the entire time, just being there. Then LP, like he has a lot of he talks. Killer Mike actually didn't talk very much. Like,
Too
but-
busy killing that mic.
yeah, boy, it was mostly LP talking, giving his thing is, I also like about them is they're political. The thing is that they're very vague, just like kind of more of a punk rock, really kind of just like
Punk
fuck
rock.
authority kind of thing,
Mm.
which I try to like more than specific things because that can get kind of polarizing sometimes if you don't agree with their politics. But they're just kind of like fuck everyone, which is I can dig.
That's deep.
And then he's just talking about how like if you see someone holding up, like everyone has an imaginary chain on, and you'll see them in real life, you'll know who they are because they're
Okay.
cool.
Is there any more concepts you want to talk about, Will, or do we want to move on to someone else?
I also just find it funny that most people seem to think that Killer Mike's first name is Killer and his last name is Mike.
I thought his name was Mike.
That was like with Skylar Spence when I saw him. There's like some guys, like probably like 14-year-old kids, like, I love you, Skylar. His name's not Skylar Spence.
I don't know who that is.
It's like that's like a total stage name.
Oh wait, okay. So I've been looking for J Retard CDs at CD stores for like the past couple of months. I can never find them because they file it under R for retard. Like, but that's not okay. Sorry, that was unrelated. But like, if you're looking, the shout out to everyone who's looking for J Retard CDs out there. They file it under R, not J. Newsflash: I'm an idiot. Go on.
Come on.
Okay. Allie, well, how about you go next? What
All
concerts
right.
did you go to?
So I saw a bunch this year, but I'm just gonna talk about like 6 of them. So the first like really big one I saw was Sylvan Esso at the Fillmore, and that was an amazing show. That was just so insane. But the opener was just so fucking weird. It was the bassist for Tune Yard's side project.
Okay.
And like he'd start off with like a cool bass line and everything, and then suddenly everything would just go to total shit. Like there was like 2 people in the front that were on like I don't know what the fuck they were on some crazy shit, but they're the only 2 people actually into what he was doing. Everyone else just standing there like what the fuck. But then like Sylvan Esso just came out and totally wrecked, and they actually like shook the venue.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Like just like both the sound and also everyone dancing and stuff, just like totally shook the venue.
Mm-hmm.
And Amelia's voice is really great live. Just like she during Cantina, she like that falsetto part, she just kills. It's amazing. They actually performed a new song, which they, as of yet, it's not titled and it hasn't been recorded, and it's amazing.
Nice.
It's probably one of their best songs yet. Then also, what else? Shit, I forgot what I was going to talk about. Fuck.
Sufjan?
I'm gonna save that for like the last one. There's one
Okay.
afterward. Yeah.
Youth Lagoon?
Yeah. So Youth Lagoon. So I actually saw Youth Lagoon last week, also at the Fillmore, and his opener was Bobby McFerrin's son, Taylor McFerrin. He's actually a producer signed to Brain Feeder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And like at first it was like kind of just like chill soul stuff, and then all of a sudden he got up and he started like for the first 2 songs he was like sitting down at his computer doing stuff. Then he stood up, started beatboxing for one song, and then like he brought in with that beatboxing like other sounds as well, and like eventually like turned into a full-on song.
Oh, wow.
And it was just so insane. And everything after that was just like dope. He actually also did like some freestyle beats.
Oh, cool.
Where he just built them up right there, and that was really cool to see. And then Youth Lagoon was really great because his voice, like how it's really present on the new album. If you like that kind of style for his like him singing, he brought that to all the older songs as well.
Oh, wow.
Like instead of all of his vocals being like back in the mix and drenched in reverb, he brings them like to the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do like his voice, so that was great. And then his band was really great. But he has insane energy. Like he actually was. He said he was sick, but you could not have like ever noticed. His voice cracked like once, and he just like he totally like he brought it. His energy was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I saw Neutral Milk Hotel. They were really good. They weren't like blew my mind, but it was definitely a moment because it was the last show of this tour, which who knows when they're going to tour again.
Or if ever, or if they're going to reunite again. Yeah.
Well, they kind of said that like they might still do it. Like they hinted at it at the show.
Mm-hmm.
They said like for now, this is our last show.
Oh, okay.
But it was definitely an emotional moment for the band as well. Like they hugged it out at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, and the opener was Apples in Stereo, which was like another Elephant Six band who I had not heard before. And it was pretty much just like two of their members just like sitting playing guitar and jamming out. That was the entire opening set.
Oh.
That was really cool. And it was in like this like small punk venue in Petaluma, California.
Mm-hmm.
Which also like had Titus, but I didn't get to see Titus because he had school or something when they were playing. But it was a really cool venue. They actually had like skate ramps in the venue. So that was like interesting, and it was just that was awesome. Bad talking about this kind of stuff in like real detail. Sorry.
And I suck too. This is why at least no offense to Will or anyone. This is why I at least hesitated on doing this podcast, because it's just sort of like I can describe how bad an album is, but I can't describe like how good a concert. Like talking about like good music sometimes can be very hard. I guess at least by yourself it can be kind of hard, because it's just sort of like, well, how do I express how much I like this other than it's good? Well, it's bad. You can kind of pick apart like, oh, this is why I think it's bad. This is why I think it's bad. But it's good. You're just sort of like, you're not really thinking about like why it's good. You just know, oh, it's good, and I enjoy this.
Oh yeah. So when they came out for their encore, like a mosh pit started then, and that was like I moved up. Just like all of a sudden I was in the mosh pit. I didn't go to the mosh pit. It just like came to me. And suddenly I was at the front of the mosh pit. I just like joined. I'm like screw it. And then all of a sudden there's a drumstick being flung at me. But like JB just like threw a drumstick at me. It's like, all right, cool.
Thanks, asshole.
No, it was a free drumstick.
Oh,
JB.
okay.
That was cool. I was like,
I felt like he threw a drumstick at you and hit you like ah.
No, he threw it into the crowd and it just like I caught it.
Oh, nice.
So that was cool.
So it's 2 drumsticks you have now.
Yes.
So if you got a drum set, you are pretty much set. I think except isn't the Zach Hill one you have broke?
Yes, it's just like snapped back. It's like barely hanging on.
I mean, you can still try to use it. Just duct tape. Just use duct tape, dude.
There's actually like an interesting story about how I got to that concert, because my friend and I were both like, we really want to see them. It's their last show, and we missed them. They were actually in Sacramento the night before, but we both had class, so we're like, well, they're totally sold out, but probably they're selling them at the box office. Because this was just after Sufjan when that show was like super sold out, and they were selling that at the box office. But they opened up like some tickets that night. So we said, screw it, let's go try doing it. And then their box office was really weird, and we didn't know what was going to happen. And then suddenly there was actually this couple from Sacramento that had 2 extra tickets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we ended up just like hanging out with them, and that was pretty cool.
Okay, so hold on. Do you want to? Okay, when you talk about D'Angelo, do you want to? Are you going to talk about how like you got to see D'Angelo, or are you going to talk about like why you only remember seeing D'Angelo out of all the Treasure Island lineup?
No, that was actually out of Outside Lands.
Outside Lands.
Talk about as well. I'm going to talk about that first, actually.
Okay. I'm
mainly going to talk about like Sunday for Treasure Island, because there was only like 3 acts on Saturday that I really liked, and that was respectively Run the Jewels, FKA Twigs, and Big Rams. And those were all amazing sets, but beyond that, there wasn't really anything happening there that I enjoyed, because it was mostly EDM. So, not really my area.
Yeah.
But all 3 of them were insane. I think FKA Twigs was probably the best of that day, though, because she's just amazing live.
I really want to see her live for more reasons than her music is amazing, and I think from what I've seen from her like stuff on YouTube and whatnot, it's like, oh wow, she's amazing live.
Yeah, she like does like a bunch of choreographed dancing. She actually brought one of the guys from the Glass of Patron video was there, like with it. Yeah. So that was really cool. And then Sunday was just like totally stacked. On Sunday I saw, let's see, Ott, Viet Cong, Lower Dens, Father John Misty, Drive Like Jehu, Deer Hunter, Churches, and The National. And that was just so amazing. I'm pretty sure any of those shows, had I seen them like as their own standalone show, would have totally like blown my mind. But they were just like all together, so it was just like one after another. And I already spoke about Odd briefly. Viet Cong was just so great. Like, definitely catch them live if you get the chance. Actually, at one point during their sets, their drummer broke his snare. Like, he just like totally smashed through it. And then the rest of his band just like jammed out while he replaced the actual drum head.
All right.
Mid sets, and that's hardcore. Lower Dens, I only really knew like Ondine and Escape from LA before seeing them, and they were really good. Like I checked out their album afterwards, Escape from Evil, and I'm definitely a fan from that performance. Going to try to see them again in February with Unknown Mortal Orchestra. They're actually touring together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think I missed UMO this year, which I'm really sad about because I was getting really into Multi-Love around that time when they were coming to.
I had tickets to see them actually. I had free tickets to like a members only thing through this one service.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then my friend who I was going to go with, I don't have a car to go see them.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be my ride, and he's like, yeah, I actually can't go. I got scheduled at work, so
Ugh.
I'm just kind of sitting at home, just like fuck.
That sucks,
But
man.
that was whatever. There's still another chance to see them. And then who else? Oh yeah, Father John Misty. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure like someone I was standing next to put it the best when they said after the first song they're like, it can't get better than this. There's just no way in hell he could top this, but he managed to top it song after song. He just like totally went nuts, just gave it his all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure just like he set the bar with the first song and he kept on meeting it or exceeding it every song after that. Who else was after that? Oh yeah, Drive Like Jehu. I'm not really into them. I'm not a hardcore dude, but it was still a great show. But like, because Ethan said you have to see them, so I saw them, and I was kind of waiting for Deer Hunter, so it was worthwhile seeing them though, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then Deer Hunter, they were really great, and that was like a super cool show, but like Bradford went on like some rant partway through the sets, and because of that, they had to cut their set short and not play Snakeskin.
Oh.
Which really bummed me out. Yeah. But actually, afterwards, like, I forget, yeah. So Lockett was like tearing down. I'm like, hey, dude, can I get a set list? And he's like, sure. And then he gave me, and like, he talked to me for a bit. So that was pretty cool. Then after that, I went straight to churches because I was just trying to get a good spot for the National at that point. And that entire time, I was kind of watching it, but at the same time, I'm just like, the National is going to be on next. The National is going to be on next. And I was just like, it was great, but I didn't really care that it was happening. And then the National, oh my god. That show was so good. They mostly played off of Trouble Will Find Me and some of High Violet. I think they played just Mr. November off of Alligator, and they played Squall Victoria off of Boxer. And that was their set. And they also played the new song Checking Out. And that was probably, and they also brought out Lauren from churches for I Need My Girl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And that was just a really great show. That just totally blew my mind, actually. Like, I thought they were going to finish. They normally finish, from what I've, like, seen for sets, with Mr. November. So I just, like, totally lost my voice, was shouting along to that song. That was amazing. And then suddenly I'm like, okay, it's done. It seems a little bit early, but it's done. And then suddenly they go into Terrible Love. And that song, like, on the record, it's all right and everything. It's not my favorite off of High Violet. But live, oh my god. That was just insane live. Like, everything was just packed. It was like, it hit so much harder. Everything sounded so much cleaner. It was amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about D'Angelo.
What are like worn out from doing this? But yeah, D'Angelo was just insane. And so was Sufjan. I'm just gonna say like both of those, just like it's if you're gonna like see a concert to like restore your faith in music, those are two to go to, right there. Like they both just like they sound amazing. Their performance was top notch.
So you're telling us earlier that you went to see D'Angelo like while you're at Outside Lands, but for some reason that's the only one you put down for Outside Lands. Why is that, Allie?
I don't like. Fuck you, Matty. So pretty much, like I did see St. Vincent there as well, and she was really good. But I wanted for some reason. Yeah, I wanted to pick out like one thing from Outside Lands because overall, it was like mostly waiting for St. Vincent, and then kind of like Wilco was there as well. I was kind of front row for Wilco as well, and that was really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that set. Don't remember much else about it besides just the fact that I liked it. And then D'Angelo was just amazing. Totally blew my mind. So yeah.
So wait, did you want to go more in detail about Sufjan, or did you? Are you thinking?
No, I just wanted to say like that. Just that was amazing. That changed my life. That's the best show I ever see. I'm fine with that. So like that leaves a lot of room for there to be like so many more great shows.
Well, nice, man. So, Sarah, you are last on our list. So
Hey, Sarah
finally...
here. Nice work, Sarah. .com. Check your listings. I'm on an 8. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. Well, yeah, this is my segment. So, I went to a lot of concerts this year. Probably the most concerts I've been to in a year. I just decided kind of early on that I was going to get addicted to concerts. So I don't know. I have my list here in front of me. Do you guys have any like you wanted to hear about or any questions or whatever? I mean,
how was Dan Deacon?
Dan Deacon was probably one of the best shows I saw this year. Actually, it's definitely one of the best shows I saw this year.
Nice.
I've seen him before. The first time I saw him was like 2013, and he was a lot more like with the crowd, because that's kind of the thing about him that everyone loves, is he's really like, all right, everybody, you're gonna run in a circle and you're gonna hold out your hands and the alien overlords are gonna latch onto one of you and this man's gonna spin around in a circle and grab his friend by the arm, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw him, he was a lot more like that, and this time he still did that kind of stuff, but it was more like the crowd was just so amazing. That was one of the best crowds I've ever been in. Like, I think one of my favorite things that's ever happened in a crowd was at that show. We were like not even related to Dan Deacon, but me and a group of people, I guess we had like there was a balloon or something, and we all started making like we made like a random circle, like strangers I don't know. We like made like this big circle, and we're doing like circle things. And then I like grabbed a balloon and put it in the middle of the circle, and then everyone else put their hands on top of mine and did like a group like cheer. It was so good. I think that was one of my favorite things that's happened at a concert. But yeah, that was a Dan Deacon show, and Glistrifer is probably one of my favorite albums of the year. So that was really amazing to see all those songs live.
Whose fucking mic? Sorry, Sarah. Whose fucking mic is that? Will?
It's Killer Mike. He's in the house.
Someone's mic. Well, I think your mic is. You're rubbing your mic against something.
I can't even hear that.
Oh, I just unplugged my mic.
That might be you, dude. Maybe it's your ears. Anyway, Dan Deacon. I guess my favorite shows of this year were Dan Deacon, Neutral Milk Hotel, Sufjan, Titus, and then the big one for me that I've been talking about so much because it's not a big band is Moonhooch, and I can't explain how amazing that show is. That was back in like March. I saw them kind of on a whim. Someone on the subreddit posted, I was like, if you get a chance to see Moonhooch, you gotta go. And I was like, oh, they're playing at this place like a block away from my house next week. I'll go. And I went alone. And holy cow, it's these two guys on saxophones and one guy on the drums, and they play like trap music. And it is just like, they just read the crowd so well, and it's just such good energy.
Did you say trap music?
Yeah, it sounds like dubsteppers, trappers. It's like, super crazy.
Electronic trap, okay.
Yeah, but they're playing saxophones.
I thought they were playing like Gucci Mane type shit.
No,
sax. I can't do a saxophone noise, so I'm just saying sax.
Yeah, that was a funny thing. Anyway, so, but like you listen to their recordings, and it's like it's good, it's cool and interesting, but it's like you need to see them live. It's an absolute, it's its own experience. So I'm gonna plug that to the end of the earth. But Viet Cong's amazing live. I saw him a couple times. I think I saw him like 3 times. They're so freaking good live. They're so much fun. I think one of the more memorable shows was Tobias Jesser Jr. I saw him at the same small venue as Moonhooch. And it was the last show of his tour. And he had been playing alone, and he got his friends from this band called Duck to play with him. And it was the first time that they had all played together. Like, these guys from Duck had just kind of, like, learned all the parts in their van. Uh-huh. And then first time they were all playing together, and it was Tobias's last show of the tour, and they were all just having a blast because Tobias was, like, so happy to have friends on the stage with him, and they killed it. And now that band actually is, like, his permanent touring group. And so, like, I got to see the first time that they all played together, which is really cool. It's a really cool experience. Yeah, gosh. Who else was really good? Tallest Man on Earth was absolutely beautiful. That was wonderful. Titus Titus was a fucking so much fun. That was a really crazy drunk bro crowd too. And like I'm like a pretty small lady, so like I mean I don't like hesitate. Like I guess I'm not a usual mosh pit combatant, but like I always get up in there and like fight people and stuff. And not like battling anyone,
Just
but
punch
you know,
him in the face. Just
unwarranted. I've never punched anyone in the face. I don't plan to, but if
these are complete lies. Sara and we met up at a record store about a month ago, and she hasn't been, in the Skype chat, she hasn't been so
Matty's
wow.
like, oh hey,
And
Sara!
she was talking crap about the new Death
I went up to meet Sara.
So of course, Matty just had to.
And I was being really nice to Sara. Like I was being really nice to her and whatnot, and then all of a sudden she just clocks me in the face.
Well, I've been known to do that. It's a bad habit, old habit.
And then she went into the hall closet of the record store, and she grabbed a crowbar, a crowbar, like she's Gordon Freeman or something.
They had it in the closet.
And then she hits me with the crowbar, and she snaps the crowbar in two because she hit me so hard with it.
She's a very strong lady.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. But anyway, so I was in this Titus Andronicus crowd, and it was really fun because I knew like a bunch of people that were there, and half of them were kind of in the calmer area, and the other half were like in the mosh pit with me, and it was just like all these bros with beer everywhere, and everyone knew all the words, and I just oh my god, when he played No Future Part 3, I screamed all those words. I just lost my voice. It was so fun.
Rose with Beer would be a good name for a band.
Rose with Beer, yeah, that's killer. I got to see Sufjan twice, which was amazing. And then another really cool show I saw pretty recently was John C. Reilly's little folk band. It was so freaking cute. John C. Reilly has a little folk band, and their banter is hysterical and adorable. And he had his friend Andrew Bird come out and play a little bit. And Andrew Bird played some songs from his new album. And it was a really, really nice thing because he was talking about how like kind of the managerial aspects of creating an album were stressing him out, and he just wanted to just like be in the music for a minute. And so and so it was like Andrew Bird was just kind of like, I just want to play a show. I just want to give you guys some music. And he's just the most beautiful. Oh, he's just the most beautiful performer of all time. Oh, Andrew Bird is a beautiful, beautiful man. Okay, I don't want to just ramble on for too long, but I did go to 2 festivals this year. Pitchfork in Chicago was amazing. Got to meet up with a bunch of people from Indieheads, which was really cool. Met some really cool people, got drunk with some really cool people, and who was best at that show? Jamie XX was an amazing set, Todd Turjay was an amazing set, Wilco was an amazing set, Viet Cong was fun again, Proto Martyr was fun again, Proto Martyr was fun once, it's the only time I saw him, but and then FYF was just a blast, got to see Joyce Manor, and died because they were so good.
Oh shit, I totally forgot about at Treasure Island? Shamir.
Oh yeah, me too. Shamir was at Pitchfork. Shamir blew it. Oh my god, Shamir was.
He was so dope.
Oh my god, that was so much fun. Shamir is a blast and a half, I tell you. But yeah, FYF was so much fun.
No, I remember because he did a cover of Joyce Manor. That's how I that's the association that happened.
That's awesome. Oh, I heard about that. From you.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been meaning to look that up on the old YouTube's. Gonna check that one out. That'd be fun. But yeah, who else was really fun at FYF? Andrew Jackson Jihad played a really great set, and I don't know them that well, but I need to. And Spiritualized was life-changing. And I've seen a lot of bands this year. I just mentioned some of the highlights, but there's you go. I still have 2 more coming up. So Beach House and Ockerville River. Yay!
There it is right there,
There it is right there, Well said. Yeah. Oh, Built to Spill. Fucking love Built to Spill.
What about Reggie Watts?
Reggie Watts was was really, really, really good. I've seen him before doing a comedy act. I saw him do stand-up one time, and that was really awesome because then he started doing music stuff in the middle of it and like looping things, and I was like, holy cow, this guy can sing. And then I saw him play a like music set in October, and he's amazing. This man is like so talented in so many ways. I was absolutely blown away. So yeah, Reggie Watts was great. Yeah. The end.
Oh, okay. So because this episode is actually like an hour long now, we're probably just gonna make it like an actual episode, but we just skip what we've been listening to. So again, I hope you guys. So I'll probably edit it. Like I'll probably put like a little interesting. Hey, this was originally going to be a late night, but we're like, oh, this is actually really good. This is actually really long. We should probably make it an actual episode because I don't fucking know. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's podcast, and hopefully we'll have Frank Jafsey on a future podcast. Just got to reschedule. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yay.